and I'm starting the recording. So everybody disconnect, please. Disconnect from the server. Here we go. Chris, all yours.
Okay. Hello and welcome to another DIY-RoboCar's virtual race. We have these monthly, and this month we have a ton of racers using a variety of different autonomous car techniques. We are here, the course you're seeing here on the screen is a simulation of a real course at UC San Diego. And here representing the UC San Diego team is Jack Silverman. Jack is our simulation master. Welcome, Jack.
Thanks, Chris. Hello, everybody. Looking for a nice Saturday morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you are. Chris, as always, appreciate all your professionalism running this. Thanks for having us over. That's
a high bar. Let's call this amateurism, but you know, experienced amateurism. I actually called you the simulation master. You're actually the server master. The simulation master, who's the dev leader who's running the code, is Maxime Ellerbach, who's in Paris. Maxime, good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning, everyone. So yeah, I'm the sim master, and so today, as you saw, we'll be running on the Warren track. It's a remastered version because last version the road wasn't quite right, so we just had to change the texture so that it matches the real life, and yeah, so we'll see what people will be using. So we have lidars, we have cameras, and yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, so Maxime's been doing incredible work, not only on the front end, which you'll see, but also the back end, so it's easier for us to manage. Maxime, you mentioned lidar. What is lidar in simulation?
Well, it's basically a sensor that gives you the position to an object, and so in the sim you'll see some red rays, so that's how we visualize them. So whenever you see those rays, you know it's lidar, and you can basically see what the lidar sees. So,
and that would be used primarily for obstacle avoidance, avoiding other cars. But what else could it be used for on a track like this that doesn't have a lot of structure?
Well, you could, for example, locate the car. So if you know the exact position of each walls, you can pretty much guess where you are. And yeah, you can do some object avoidance, obviously.
So in this case, you can also see cones. Now, a couple things that we added some tricks over the last couple of races. Now you'll see there's cones on the outside, but there's also a random cone that is placed on the inside of the track. And that is, and although the ones on the outside of the track will stop you, the one on the inside of the track, you can run right through it, but you suffer a penalty, a 1 second penalty for every cone every random cone that you hit. Also, the chairs and tables are randomized outside. You know, why do we do that? And that is because in the real world, you can't control, you know, the spectators, you know, the sort of noise outside the track. And if your deep learning is learning the entire environment, it might learn things that change. You might you know, train in the morning in the real world. You might train in the morning when there's no spectators. Then the spectators come in, and your car doesn't know where to go anymore because the background changed. So that would be a mistake. You shouldn't be training against the background. You should be training against the track. And so that's a little way to stress test your training techniques. And so we're trying to simulate this. I should mention that for the last year, we've been doing this virtually for obvious reasons, but starting in May, we're going to resume in-person racing in Oakland, California at Circuit Launch. So you can go to the meetup and see the and register for that. And that'll be both indoor, which is essentially what you're seeing here, and as well as outdoor racing using GPS guided cars. So the whole point is to basically use this downtime of COVID to, you know, continue to work on our algorithms and our code, so that when we get back to the real world, they'll work better. But that assumes that our simulations are an accurate simulation of the real world. So everything that you've just seen here, LiDAR, randomization, more accurate settings, are a way to increase the probability that your models trained in simulator will perform well in the real world. Jack, anything else you want to add before we get started?
Just for people be aware that, as Chris said, there will be different techniques as we have a chance. We have lots of competitors today. Chris is going to try to bring people in and talk about it. And if you're using the full donkey, such as ECE 148 at this point, or ME 148, then just see that I'm using the Donkey AI framework, not much on that, because you're just doing this for a few weeks. And then when you have a chance to do things different in the future, you will. But when you see that Chris is asking if there's anything different or what framework you're using the Donkey AI framework or Donkey Car AI framework standard at this point. Yeah,
we'll talk about the various frameworks as we get to them. But let's bring the first 4 racers up. This month we're going to be running 4 at a time because we have so many. We have almost 30. We have more than 30 racers already registered and waiting in the queue. So we're going to bring up Jesse, Kenan, Andre, and Joe. So they're going to. What does it mean to them to bring them up? And the answer is the simulator is running on a server in UCSD. The individual drivers are at home. And the cars are, so they're quote-unquote cars are actually just the donkey car or whatever framework they're using running on their own computer at home. The environment is running at the UCSD server. The simulator sends them simulated, camera feeds, images. Their computer at home then reads those, does whatever it's going to do, and then sends back commands about steering and throttle. And then the simulator generates a car that does that. So basically, it's exactly like the real cars, exact same software. The difference being that rather than having a real camera, it's got a virtual camera generated by the simulator. And rather than having real servos and motor controllers, it just sends the servo and motor controller commands to the server, which then generates it with this synthetic car. Okay, so we have all 4 ready. We're going to be doing at least 1 heat. Everybody, the times will be recorded. We're going to be doing 3 laps for each one. So we're going to get the best 1 lap time, the best 3 lap time. And that ultimately is going to determine their ranking. And then the top 8 will go into a ladder. And that ladder will ultimately result in the fastest car. So before we get started, let's go from the top. Jesse, what are you running?
Hi, I'm running the Donkey AI framework, and yeah, I've been working on it for the past few weeks, and not much on that.
Good. Because you were the first to mention Donkey, I'll explain what Donkey is. Donkey is, you can go to donkeycar.com and learn it. It uses what's called behavioral cloning. So in the real world, you would basically drive your car around a track manually, and it would then record the images and the control inputs that you gave as it drove around the track. Then that goes up to the cloud, or you can train a deep neural network on your local computer or in the cloud, either one, and that would end up with a model. And then that model would then the car then runs that model autonomously, which is to say, as it sees as the camera, or the virtual camera in this case, generates images, the model would then generate reciprocal commands, and the car would basically steer as you did. That's why it's called behavioral cloning. There's ways to modify this. There's other techniques, but this one is a end-to-end deep network that requires a manual training phase first, and now the autonomous phase now. Kenan, what are you using?
I'm also using the Donkey framework.
Very good. We'll get to, as we go further on, we'll ask you whether you made any changes. But first, Andre, what are you using?
Same thing. I'm also using the Donkey AI framework.
Okay, and Joe?
And I'm also using the Donkey AI framework.
Okay, so here you have four cars using the same network. Now, why would they perform differently? And the answer is that each one of these racers has trained their network slightly differently, maybe on purpose, maybe accident. And they may have also modified the code or the training techniques. So let's see how they do. Racers, are you ready? Oh, Jack, before we go, can you explain does everyone know what they need to do when I say go?
So the answer will be yes or no. So we practice this week. So the 2 first competitor go on the first go, and the second competitors go on the second go. Is that enough, everybody? So you do 2 goes, Chris, like maybe a few seconds apart.
Okay. Very good. So I'm going to say, first row, go. Then I'm going to wait 5 seconds. I'm going to say second row, go. Okay, let's give it a shot. On your mark,
and then you may not see them move immediately, Chris, but they will be moving.
Absolutely, there will be delay. And by the way, the timing starts when they cross the start line, so don't worry if there's a delay. Okay, so first row, on your mark, get set, go. Second row, on your mark, get set, go. Okay, everybody is off. Now the timing is being recorded automatically. Now you can see that with one car, two cars have wiped out. Oh my goodness, that is quite a crash. Wow, that's spectacular. So that's the advantage of going head to head, is that we get really cool crashes. So two people are out because they hit the cone, but two are still in the race. Don't worry about those that are out. They will get another chance to run. Oh, and another one's out. And so now only Jesse is still in the race, I think, unless somebody can extricate themselves from the cone. So Jesse has just missed a collision with a crashed car. Jesse is definitely finished. Wait, is he going the right direction? Oh my goodness. Yeah, he is. I think he is going the right direction. It's a little hard to tell.
He's good.
Yeah. Okay. It looks like at least one of the cars is trying to get back on track, but it's a toughie. Okay, so we're going to let Jesse finish his 3 laps, and that will be the end of this heat. So far, his first 2, his fastest time so far is 23.35, which is a good time, and he's just finishing his last one. As we get ready to go to the next one, this will be Sydney, Haru, McKinley, and James.
So one thing I should tell everybody, so if you crash, please do not disconnect and start again, because you're going to mess up the whole race. So it is what it is, right? So you have 2 chances, and then please do not disconnect and try to connect again.
You'll note that if you run into one of the cones on the side, as I said before, that'll block you. If you run into the one in the middle, it won't. It just takes time off the board. Okay, it looks like we're done here with this race. So obviously Jesse was the winner of this race. His fastest lap was 23.28, which is a good time. We're now going to bring up Sydney, Haru, McKinley, and James. And those of you, as you can see, sometimes it's just bad luck. Some car will run into you, you'll run into some car. Other times you're going to run into the cone, and that's on you. So we give you a couple heats to try to average out the bad luck. But avoiding the cones on the outside is just part of training. Okay, we are all up. First row. Introductions. Sydney, what are you running?
I'm running the donkey car framework.
Very good. Haru?
Yeah, I'm running a little special, our own Triton Racer. This time I'm going a non-neural net approach, just using a waypoint navigation plus some just LiDAR obstacle avoidance.
Oh, wow. And how do you find your position?
Oh, that's, well, just kindly given by the simulator, but of course in the real world, it's going to be given by the GPS. So.
Oh, you're going to have a GPS?
Yeah, I'm just preparing this for the upcoming in-person race. So. And
that's a modified donkey framework?
It's our old Triton Racer. It would definitely take a lot of reference from the donkey. Yeah.
Okay, let's take. Can you ping me as well offline, because I'm actually doing the exact same thing. This is a donkey car with GPS as well, and we're using the path follower template. So we should collaborate on this.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, McKinley, what are you racing?
I'm using the donkey AI framework.
Very good. And James?
Donkey as well. Thanks.
Very good. Okay, so Haru, you have a special role here, don't you?
Oh, well, I'm just under tremendous pressure.
Why is that?
Oh, because it's part of the deal is a 148. Well, if I don't win the class, I'm gonna pay the boba for whoever just won me. And I saw Jesse just ran his car really fast. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous because I don't think I can run that fast.
so Haru is the teaching assistant, and the penalty for being a teaching assistant is that if the students beat you, you have to give them boba. So ouch, a lot of pressure. Okay, racers, here we go. First row, on your mark, get set, go. Second row, on your mark, get set, go. Also, please mute if you're not currently speaking. Okay, Haru went.
I think my simulator. No, my terminal is crashed.
Okay, we'll bring you up again.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, if you could just mute, please. All right, we have cars running very well. Oh, I spoke too soon. Right into the cone. That was actually probably caused by the head-to-head racing. They were just wheel to wheel. But McKinley, you're doing very well. So McKinley, as we watch you, what's the secret of your success? Do you think this was? Did you train against other cars, or how did you avoid the pileup?
Honestly, I just stuck to the lines and believed that my car would pull through, you know?
Looks like that worked. Sydney, what happened?
I think I didn't quite press the buttons right, or press the button too many times, and it started and then stopped, and then it got confused.
Okay, we'll bring you up. McKinley, I think you are out, but I think you did get one. You got one lap, so that's good. You got 40 seconds, so you got times on the board. Everybody else did not, but that's okay. We're going to bring him back. All right, Haru, do you want me to run you again now?
Sure. I mean, pretty much everyone didn't finish, so if we can just run the whole group again, that would be appreciated.
I don't think we're going to run the whole group again. They're going to get another chance, but I'm going to run you in the next group if you don't mind.
Gotcha.
So this is going to be Haru, Yusef, Ari, and Dev. So everybody else except for Haru, please log off. Actually, Haru, you might want to log off and log back on anyway.
McKinley, we need you to disconnect this.
I disconnected, but it's lagging, taking it off the server.
All right. I can fix that. Just a moment.
Okay, just while they're doing this, I want to call it to Maxine and Jack. This four on the track at the same time seems to be working pretty well so far. So this is really going to help us move through all these quicker, and it also leads to a funner race with more collisions. So we have three of the we have three of the four now. We're just waiting for who are we waiting for? We have Ari, we have Haru, we have Dev, and we're waiting for Yusef. Are we waiting for Yusef?
Yeah, it was just there, but then just disappeared right now.
We'll give you a second to log back in.
Yeah, Yusef, if you're still running your model, just press Ctrl+C or whatever you need to stop it and then connect again. I did restart the simulator because there was someone stuck in there.
Okay, so Yusef, we'll give you a few seconds to get back in.
Yeah, I just restarted right now.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you.
Okay, there's no advantage. Well, maybe there's a little advantage to being in the first row, in that you aren't as many crashes ahead of you, but it's all random. Okay, first row, on your mark. Actually, no, I need to get so Haru, we already know what you're running. Yusef, what are you running?
I'm running the Donkey AI framework.
Very good. Ari, same.
Hello, I'm also running the Donkey AI framework.
Okay, and Dev, same. Any changes?
Same, Donkey AI framework.
Very good. Okay, so again, it's going to be 3 donkeys versus 1 custom LiDAR, beast, hopefully with a terminal running. First row, on your mark, get set, go. Second row, on your mark, get set, go. You'll see that Haru has a really cool looking model, very Formula One. It's simply aesthetics. It has no impact on the. You can choose anything. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, wipeout. Yeah.
You know what? This is a complete fiasco. Actually, Haru is back on track.
Yeah, that's the good thing of running waypoint.
Yeah. Huh. Well, this is pretty brutal, but I think that since Haru is still going, I'm gonna let this race continue, and we'll bring everybody up for another run. But yeah, the collisions are really brutal this time. Okay, so Haru, you say that the advantage of doing waypoint is that you can recover from crashes. Why is that?
Yes, well, so basically get an absolute location where you should navigate to, and then so rather than just really have to depend on the image that's given to you, can basically like calculate, like you know your current position, and then you can just basically calculate the route to get back to, say, the optimal racing line or whatever. It's yeah, really easy to recover.
Got it. Are you avoiding that random cone?
Yeah, I have some LiDAR algorithms running that would just do a instantaneous path planning if they sees a LiDAR coming.
Excellent.
So Haru,
Okay.
I have a question for you. During your practice, I saw that you could see the LiDAR on and visualizing. Now it's not coming up. What did you change?
Well, I didn't change anything. It's probably because you didn't tick the little tick box in the start page, because it allow you to visualize LiDAR or whatnot.
I don't think so. The LiDAR isn't showing up, I think. Maybe it is.
Okay,
I mean, I can't see it, but
yeah, I can't see it either. So there might be a slight visualization bug, but it is working. So okay, we do have that Haru got a 25 was his best lap. The first one he got all caught up and then a crash, but 25, and then he didn't finish the third lap. But still, 25 puts you in second place overall. So right now your boba expenses look limited. You're still going to have to give Jesse boba unless you go faster, but so far he's the only one.
Yep.
All right, moving on. We had do not finish. The DNF is do not finish. So Youssef, Ari, and Dev were all DNFs. Is that right? We're waiting for our scorekeepers to put the DNFs in. So
yes, sorry. Yeah, that's right.
And so racers, could you please exit? And we're going to bring up the next ones, which is going to be Armand, Wen, Austin, and Rainer. So while we wait for these racers to come up, Armand is now on the start line. So for Rainer, I'm going to have to do just as you say go, and then I press it because we don't have a control when to start. That's fine. Okay, while we're waiting, Armand and Austin, any, I presume you're using Donkey, any changes?
I experimented with like a couple of different model architectures that are provided. There's like linear models, a recurrent neural net model. My initial hunch was that RNN was going to be better, but I just don't think I collected enough data for it to generalize properly. So I'm just running the linear model. Okay, good. We're waiting for two more.
You're waiting just for one more because once I start, going to run. So
okay, so I'm not waiting for Rainer, but I am waiting for Wen. Wen, are you with us? Wen Tian?
Yeah, just 1 second. My Arduino is laggy, so.
Arduino?
Oh, no, the Ubuntu.
Ubuntu, there you go. All right. Good. Okay, so so the fourth one, Rainer, is going to be added. You'll just see him join as we go. So, when are you running anything? Just regular Donkey?
Yeah, I'm running just regular Donkey.
All right. First row. On your mark, get set, go. Second row. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, so one of the downsides of everyone running a similar framework is that you do end up they're kind of wheel-to-wheel, collisions. But fortunately, in this case, Austin managed to avoid that, and he is doing very well. So is Wen and Rainer with Parking Lot Nerds. So Rainer, you've got a different framework. Can you tell us a bit about yours?
No, I'm using the Donkey framework as well, but we adjusted the camera angles to avoid cropping of the image. But I think we crashed and go reverse now.
You're going reverse now. Okay, well, you'll get another chance. So we still have Austin is in the race still. He's I can't remember. Did Wen finish a lap?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry.
Did not. Okay, but Austin did. Okay, so
yeah.
So we have 3 DNFs and then time for Austin, I believe.
No, wait. Ryan's coming back alone.
No, I'm recovering. Hopefully.
Look at that. Okay. That's a point. That's a second off for hitting the random cone.
So one thing is different about Rainer, Chris, and then the competitors that maybe in Asia and Europe want to consider that. Rainer is sending me this a container, just think about not quite a virtual machine, but similar to that. Then we can run that from the server if we have a large latency. In large, here be 100 milliseconds or so. Then we can run that on our server. We still have to figure out how to later on make it that it get ready, then I press a button. But so far, he's running his code on the server, so no latency.
That's a good point. So latency is an issue when you're running a distributed environment like this. There's basically three solutions to it. One is what Jack just said, which is you can send him your code as a Docker container and he'll run it with zero latency locally. The other is you can just figure out what your latency is and program that in. Basically sort of if you're going to have 100 seconds, then you just assume that what you're seeing is 100 seconds in the past. And the third is to just somehow try to minimize the latency. Not maybe run on an AWS instance or something like that. And I'm not sure whether anybody's doing that, but handling latency is just part of the challenge. And there's latency in the real world as well. So this is a good practice. Okay, looks like Parking Lot Nerds got back on track and is doing really good times. So Austin got a 30.64. Parking Lot Rainer, Parking Lot Nerds after his. It's completely weird that the times are what they are, given that he went backwards for a lap. But I guess that didn't count, and he got a 25.13.
Yeah, I didn't count the first
no worries.
one. I mean, it was DNF. And
yeah, 25.13 puts him in third place. All right. Thank you, racers. We're now going to go to our next race. This is going to be Ryan, Paul, Harrison, and Michael G. Ryan Chen, Paul Pan, Harrison Liu, and Michael G. So Ryan is a longtime competitor, and so I would perhaps he's the one to beat here. He's showing up as RCAI. Ryan, while we're starting, there's the LiDAR showing up. So Ryan, what are you running?
I'm currently just running behavior cloning, and I put in a pretty stable model.
Okay, good. Is that a variant of Donkey or no?
Yes.
It is. Okay. Now, jumping over to who's got the LiDAR? Is that
Triton AI. I mean, Triton Ross Racing.
That's Paul.
That's Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Oh, hi, Paul. Okay. Paul, what are you
I'm not Paul, but I work with him, so I know.
Okay. So what is Paul running?
I'm running a ROS framework using Triton AI. So I'm currently in the Triton AI club, and then I'm basically just doing camera navigation, and then I didn't use the LiDAR, although it's showing up.
Oh, okay. But so no deep learning. This is just computer.
It's pure camera.
Very good. Harrison?
Yeah, I'm just using the normal Donkey framework.
And Michael, what are you running?
Yeah, so I actually worked with Paul on our ROS framework racer. So we're basically running almost the same algorithm, and it doesn't use deep learning.
Oh, okay, very good. Let's be interesting. All right, first row. You know who you are. On your mark, get set, go. Second row. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, so Ryan, who is a longtime competitor, pulls to the lead, which is good. And
my terminal screwed up.
Okay, well, we'll bring you back. So we have 3 cars still in the mix. Oh, Ryan, boom, hits the cone. The computer vision ROS racer is doing very well, very very consistent. Possibly missed the cone. I'm not sure. The computer will decide whether.
Yeah, he missed.
He missed the cone. Excellent.
Yeah.
Let's see. Harrison is Harrison Liu. Yeah, running pure Donkey and seems. Harrison, you're running Donkey, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's so. So we basically have computer vision versus deep learning, both doing well. Looks like the computer vision racer is catching up and is going to pass. That's always exciting to watch. Let's see whether the computer vision allows it to avoid the car. Maybe not going to pass. Oh, interesting. Let's see what the technique is to pass on the inside. No. Oh, it's getting so close. And rear ends. Does not pass. Given, let's see, I think this is the last lap. Will he pass? I think he might have hit the cone there. Seems not to be able to pass. Interesting. And I think Harrison finishes ahead.
Yeah, it's a nice race.
Good race. Okay. So we have a, let's see, Harrison, who finished first, has, I think, we'll see what his last lap was, but he had a 34. Paul had a 29.79 fastest lap. And yeah, Harrison's fastest lap was 33. So all very decent times. Next up is going to be, and I think it's, have we already done Andrew? Forgive me. I think it's Andrew, Joshua, Kevin, and Cade. Andrew, Joshua, Kevin, and Cade, you are up. We have about 3 more of these groups of 4, maybe 4 groups of 4, and before we go into the second heat. All right, excellent. Really quick, Andrew, what are you running?
So I'm running, it's called JetSim, but it originates from the Jet Racer build from NVIDIA.
Excellent. Now I know you raced last month with this as well. Any changes?
Yeah, so it's actually running entirely on Google Colab, which is like IDE built by Google, and it's in all my files are in my Google Drive.
So you're basically running from the cloud to the server, so you should have low latency?
Yeah, so far it's been pretty good. Yeah, I'm actually going to reset my car. It looks like it's fused with another car.
So, Chris, this is one of the examples that you mentioned how someone could manage if they have a large latency, assuming the Google Colab would be
Wait, my car's moving.
California.
Should I reset it? I didn't tell it to.
Then you would be able to run on the cloud, assuming it's somewhere in the United States or even in California, then you're going to have a better time.
Yeah. I should mention JetSim is a variant, it's a simulation version of Jet Racer, which is the NVIDIA's. So NVIDIA created the Jet Racer and JetBot, frameworks. They use a slightly different kind of deep learning. They use basically simple supervision, where you basically point on the track where the car should go, and then it learns from that. You do that, many times as you go around all the various curves. So you can go, Google Jet Racer or JetBot. Jet Racer is the fast version, JetBot is the slow version, but they both use the same NVIDIA framework. Using in the real world, you use a JetSim Nano. Here it's just running code. Okay, it looks like we're all good. Anybody else doing anything other than let's see, we have Joshua. What are you running?
I'm also running the Donkey framework.
Okay, Kevin.
Donkey framework.
And Cade.
Yeah, same here.
All right, so we have 1 Jet Racer versus 3 donkeys. First row, on your mark, get set, go. Second row, on your mark, get set, go. So it'll be very interesting to see whether the JetSim approach beats the donkey approach. It's done well in the past, and it's had another month of fine tuning, so it may continue to do well. Some very close race between the donkey and the JetSim. A lot of this, oh my goodness, right on the, oh wow, right on the tail, and looks like it may have thrown off the, when you're right behind another car, it does sort of, the images can be confusing to the deep learning network. But so far, oh my goodness, is that a pass? Oh, it's an attempted pass and fought off. So all four cars are still in the race.
So far, this seems to be the best, Chris.
Yeah,
going.
That is serious competition in the front. And I'd be amazed if there isn't a collision that throws people off, but so far, so good. Oh, there's a cone coming up and boom, wiped out. But we still have, the JetSim is going neck and neck. Very exciting. Oh, I don't know what these wipeouts just happen when the wheels.
And I have
get
to hold
tangled up.
myself here because I see the future. I know what's coming before you see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what's great about this Google Colab build? What we plan to do this summer is make a workshop out of this, and we're going to be teaching this to high school students.
Oh, that's excellent.
So, and the Google Colab has GPUs built into it, so that's how I'm able to run all this parallel processing.
And how would people find out more about that?
So we already have our GitHub public for the build for Google Colab, and right now I'm fine tuning the instructions. I already built a video on how to install it, and it's actually out of date now because of this new track. And so some of the changes I made from the last time I raced is actually I increased the resolution. Normally it's 120 by 160, but I bumped it up to 224 by 224, and I also raised the camera because this track was very hard to train because of the lacking of the road, because we used to have like a paved road on this track.
Yeah, so contrast.
But to answer Chris' questions, Drew, better, if someone do a search for Triton AI UCSD, would they be able to then navigate to what you just mentioned in terms of the GitHub and information about this particular framework?
Yes. So if you find it on YouTube, it's our link. Our GitHub is linked to that. Same thing with our website, and I also posted on the Donkey Car Discord.
Okay, good. So if you go to donkeycar.com, you'll see a link to the Discord if you're not already a member. And otherwise, Google Triton AI, and you'll find a link to this on that site. Okay, just waiting for Andrew's time to get updated. But this is the first race we had 4 racers all got time on recorded, which is excellent. The fastest of them was Kevin with a 24:93. And Andrew was very consistent, but not the fastest at 30:16. Okay, next up, Jack, Antoine, Arthur, and Shubin. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Shubin Zhu. And we have just 2 races after that in this heat. Okay, while we're getting everybody in, Jack, what are you running?
Using the Donkey AI framework.
Okay, Antoine?
Donkey AI.
Arthur?
Yes, I'm using the Donkey AI framework.
And Shubin, the same thing?
Yeah, the same.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see how your training went. All 4 are up. First row, on your mark, get set, go. Second row, on your mark, get set, go. Okay, all 4 are in motion. And it looks like Arthur wiped out against a cone, not another cone. Oh, and Shubin and not quite seeing it. Oh, it looks like you're back, but Shubin's back on track. That's good. Unfortunately, it looks like Jack got wiped out by that collision. So right now we have just 1 car still in the race. That's Antoine.
Sounds like a Brazilian name for me.
It sounds French to me. Sorry.
Yeah, French. Definitely.
Yes, I'm French.
Okay, Antoine's first lap at 27:12 was excellent. Interestingly, nobody has beaten the very first race of the day, Jesse. Jesse's still in the lead at 23:28. Remarkable. I think Kevin is close in second place. And looks like maybe Haru is in third place. So right now, Haru, you're only 2 boba down. Okay, I think we are done with this one. Antoine's done his 3rd lap. So his fastest was 25:02. So we're going to bring up the next racers. This is going to be Jan, Karen, Louis or Louis, depending on whether you're actually going with the French pronunciation, and Dylan. Jan, Karen, Louis, and Dylan. Okay, Jan and Jan, Donkey.
Yes, I'm using a donkey framework.
Karen.
Yes, the donkey framework as well.
Okay. Louis.
Yep, hello everyone. Yeah, donkey framework as well.
And Dylan, same.
Yeah, I'm also using donkey.
All right, let's see how you guys do. How are you folks? First row, on your mark, get set, go. Second row, on your mark, get set, go.
This Louis sounds like Brazilian too.
No, sound French.
This is just Jack being Brazilian. He does that. All right, all 4 cars got a good start. They all made it through the first, dangers of collisions at the beginning. So this is a proper race. There's going to be some passing. Now, why would one car go faster than the other? It could be that they trained faster. It could be that they just decided to set their throttle higher. The higher you set your throttle, the more risk there is that you're going to go off track, as it looks like Dylan just did. Just means you're stressing. Your deep learning has less time to figure out where to go. So there's a risk. That's why you don't turn your throttle all the way up, because you're likely not to finish. But we have 3 cars that seem to be pretty well matched so far. That was a close one. Louis just missed a collision with a stationary car. And we have times on the board from 3. Louis wipes out against the chair. Looks like Karen and nope, I'm sorry, Karen is out as well. So Jan has got a 24.96, which is excellent, and puts him, I think, in second place, if not third. Louis is out, but did get time on the board of a 27. Now, I thought Karen finished a lap, but maybe I'm mistaken about that. We'll wait for Jan's final lap, and then we'll make sure we get all the other times. Okay, so Jan is just finishing. That is it. He's finished his final lap. So his fastest was 24.96. And Maxime, can you confirm that did Karen and Dylan, did they get any times? I thought Karen...
I don't see any times, but maybe they crossed. They did not really cross the line. Maybe they just missed it. I don't know.
Okay, we'll put in DNFs for those two, and we'll bring them back.
Yeah, sure.
Probably what we're going to do for expediency's sake is that those who had good times, we're actually not going to run you in a second heat because you're going to have an opportunity to do that in the ladder. Those who got DNFs, we're going to give you another chance. DNF stands for
that's a good one.
Did not finish. Okay.
Sorry, my name is not on the list somehow.
Okay, what's your name?
You are on the list. I added you.
Sorry.
On the bottom.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No worries.
Also, my name seems to got deleted or something.
Sorry, who is that speaking? That's Bryant?
Bryant, yeah.
Okay. No worries. I'll put you on. So you have not raced yet, right?
No, not yet.
And Bryant Blue. Okay. No worries. Okay, so we're gonna now have we seem to have Mohammed Farsani and Mohammed Arsani, which must be the same person.
It's the same person, just spell it wrong in the Google.
No worries. Okay. So we have Mohammed, Nicholas, George, and you know what? Let's just do those 3, and so we can finish with the head-to-head with Yikai and Bryant. So Mohammed, Nicholas, and George, you're up. While we're waiting, Mohammed, what are you running? Are you running Donkey?
Yeah, I'm running the regular Donkey AI framework.
Okay, Nicholas, same?
Yep, I'm running the same.
And George? George, you with us? Okay, we don't seem to have George. We'll give him one more chance at the next race. So this is just going to be a
Hi, sorry, technical difficulties.
No worries. George, you ready to race? There you are.
Yeah, I'm having some issues. As soon as I'm trying to connect, it's not working. I can't. What is it? When I switch my Donkey Car client to race using the remote server, it's failing to launch for some reason. It was working fine yesterday.
Jack, do you have any advice?
Yes, advice is too late now.
Okay, advice is too late, but we do have 3 cars. We have Mohammed, Nick, and I guess only 2 cars. Why do I see? They're just behind each other. Okay, works for me.
So George, why don't you restart? I'm assuming you using the virtual machine. Just reboot the whole virtual machine, and then we're trying to give a chance a little late.
Okay.
It's going to take a while to boot.
Okay,
that may solve the problem.
So we're just going to have these. We're going to have these 2 race while we're waiting. So Mohammed and Nick, on your mark, get set, go. All right, and both cars are off. The fact that Mohammed's in the lead is just the accident of placement. We'll see if Nick seems to be going faster. So we're going to, oh no, and right into the cone. So there was a situation where perhaps, Mohammed's car and okay, they both DNFs. So we're going to DNF them both and bring them back for the next one. Okay, so we're going to now move to our, oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
I'm typing.
Okay.
No, all yours. Maxime, I'll let you do the typing.
Yeah.
Okay, and so our last race is going to be George, Yukai, and Bryant.
George, did his start in the VM work for you at this point?
I was playing with my Donkey VM. I changed the wrong variable to connect to the server. And that was on me.
Okay, are you ready to go again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you try this morning, like 8 a.m. that we were here testing, or
not this
yet?
morning. I tried yesterday night though. Like
Okay.
I know what's wrong. It's on me.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
All right, so this is going to be our last race of the first heat. Okay, so this is going to be George, Yukai, and Bryant. We have all 3. George, your donkey. I think is anybody not running donkey? Nope. Okay. First row, on your mark, get set, go.
Chris, let me just tell you something. If the students can do this in a few weeks, anybody that listen to us that want to get involved in the project, it is an open source. You can have access to the entire code, to the simulator without paying anything. Just get to the donkeycar.com and get engaged.
Jack, you stopped me before I got the second row going. Second row, go.
I'm sorry, Chris.
Now you can back to you. Brian, you can go now. There you go.
Yeah, good.
Don't worry about it. It's kind of lucky that now you don't have like cars on the road. You're welcome.
My bad.
Okay, so Brian basically has the track to himself at this point. Everybody else wiped out. So lucky you. And we'll see. Let's see if you can avoid that cone. And oh yeah, I think you avoided it. You missed it.
Good.
Nice one. Nice one. Okay. So it looks like you're going to get points on the board.
Yeah, Brian, did you practice to avoid the cone, or was just like a fluke in there?
I did avoid all the cones when I was training it.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
Okay. Well, you got a 35-17, which is not going to put you in first place, but it's a decent time. And let's see if you can avoid the cone again. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Nicely done.
That's not luck.
Thank you.
All right, and this is going to be the last one. So basically, as we go into the second heat, we're only going to do people who didn't do who had DNFs. So just get it for those in the second heat. It's going to start with Kenan, Andre, Joe, and Sydney. So you 4, you are going to be up next. All right. Good. So it looks like Bryant. We'll switch back to the Twitch, but it looks like Bryant has finished.
I only have 2 laps for Bryant. Maybe it's the last one.
Oh, here's the last one.
Coming back.
Yeah, no worries.
I think it cut out.
Oh, okay. It's not. I mean, it's okay. So they do. It's good. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we are now moving to heat 2. This is going to be our last heat before the ladder. So if you had a DNF last time and it was due to bad luck, you have another chance at luck. If it was due to your code, I hope you fix something because this is your only chance. All right. So coming up, we have Kenan, Andre, Joe, and Sydney. So please log on to the server. Jack, can you switch us back to the sim? Thank you very much. Okay. First row, on your mark, get set, go. Second row, on your mark, get set, go. Okay, these are all 4 racers who did not finish. So anybody who finishes now has made progress. And so we have 1 wipeout against a cone. Kenan just missed a cone, which is the same as a wipeout. So he's a DNF. We have a massive collision, but it looks like Joe, oh no, the collision knocked Joe past the cone. He's a DNF as well. So is Sydney the only one still in the race? Okay, Sydney is, if I'm not mistaken, Sydney is going to progress. Yeah, so that's excellent. See if Sydney misses the cone. Bam, right into the cone. That's a second off right there. There are worse problems. Misses that cone is important. This is the killer cone. And excellent. Okay. So in heat 2, Sydney is going to progress with a 31.57. 29.22 is the second lap, even better. And here comes the third lap. So while we're waiting, I'm going to ask for the next one's going to be James, Youssef, Ari, and Dev. So guys, get ready. All right, Jack, let's switch back to the sim, please. James, Youssef. Oh, Ken is still going.
Oh, please, all disconnect.
Yeah, so everybody in the previous race, please disconnect. Thank you. Just Control C. We might need to restart this. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have let's see, we're looking for James, Youssef, Ari, and Dev. James, Youssef, Ari, and Dev. Very good. Okay, first row.
We have actually 3 rows here.
Oh, we have 3 rows. Oh, well, doesn't matter. First row. Okay. On your mark, get set, go. Second and third row. On your mark, get set, go. Okay. So far, good distance between the cars, minimizes the chance of collision. James is a little weavy, but still doing well. Smacks into the cones. That's a second off. Youssef is out. Dev is out. And so it is that Ari in the front? So it looks like Ari is in the lead and doing well. Okay, so James and Ari are still in the race. All right, Ari, James's first lap was 33.13. Ari's first lap was 29.23. Both doing well. Obviously, it helps not to have other cars on the track during this. The fact that the others crashed off the track makes it easier as well. Ari's hitting the cones, and so being penalized 1 second for each time. That's being automatically recorded by Maxime's excellent software. Thank you, Maxime.
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a pretty basic software.
Yeah, it's great. Programmers always say that.
Oh.
All right. So, by the way, Maxime is an example of what this community can do. Maxime, I believe you're 19 years old. Is that right?
I'm 17, actually.
17 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fact that our simulation master is 17 and still in high school is just an example of how accessible this all is, and how great it is that we can get talented people from around the world, and the advantages of, you know, the virtual. Although virtual racing is sometimes less fun, it makes it much easier for us to include people from, you know, from around the world who
we make new friends.
Make new friends, exactly.
Yeah,
okay.
Maxim said he invited us to go to Paris, since the ticket soon. So Chris, we can wait for that.
There we go. I always take that up, invitation to go to Paris. Okay, so so it looks like Ari did very well with a 25.92, and that's his fastest time, and I believe that puts him in about third or fourth place overall. Okay, moving on. Our next DNFs are going to be, I believe, this is going to be Armand. So everybody else can please log off. Then we're going to have Armand, Wen, Ryan Chen, and Michael G. Armand, Wen, Ryan, and Michael, you are up. Okay, other racers, you can see whether you're going to be up. Just look down the list, and if you're a DNF, you're going to be up next. So, for example, after Michael, it's going to be Jack for the next race. Okay, we're just waiting for. We have all four. First row, on your mark, get set, go. Second row, on your mark, get set, go. Okay. Wen and Michael are neck and neck. Oh my goodness, that's not going to end well.
You're gonna like
two go in, one must come out. Oh my goodness, they're like locked.
You might finish the lap with it.
That would be crazy. Oh no. Oh, and Mike loses the wrestling match.
Nice battle.
Yeah, that was a good one. Ryan, good to see you, doing well on the track. Nice to see your points on the board. So far as we go into the, I guess, the second or third lap, it looks like Ryan's got a 29.6, which is definitely put him into the ladder. It looks like, let's see who else. I'll wait for the other times to come in. Uh, 28.49 for Ryan's second lap. And
we have a third lap for Ryan coming up.
27.14. Excellent. Okay. Michael was a DNF again. Sorry about that. There's always next month. And we're just waiting for rulings on, I guess, Wen and Michael. Who are we waiting for? I'm sorry.
I mean,
Armand.
I've crashed that, I think.
Armand.
Number 2, and it was slow, but I at least I finished
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Looks like Armand got a 39.44. Okay. I think we've got this right.
Yeah, this is it.
Okay, very good. So everybody is in. So my next one is, so this is going to be our next group of 4. This is going to be people who got DNFs in the previous heat. This is going to be Jack Ringelberg, Arthur Dacier, Shubin Zhu, and Karen Hernandez. So Jack, Arthur, Shubin, and Karen, you are up. All right, we have all 4. Do I have this right?
And if you haven't disconnected, you need to disconnect, please.
Yeah,
If not-
when you need to get disconnect, please.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, so we're looking here for Jack, Arthur, Shubin, and Karen. So I see Karen, I see Jack, I see Arthur, and I say Shubin. So we just need Wen out. So Wen, if you could control Z, your Control C yourself out of there. We're just waiting for when disconnect.
I already disconnected. I don't know why it's not working though.
Do you have you're in twice for some reason?
Yeah, there's 2 cars, so maybe you ghost one.
Maybe please all disconnect and just reconnect so that the grid is.
Could everybody please disconnect? Just Control C and then just tab and do it again. Okay. Then we need. There's a ghost car.
Yeah. So can reconnect now. Good.
Okay, good. Everybody's back in. Arthur's in, Karen's in. We're looking for Jack and Shubin. Shubin's in. And now we're just waiting for Jack. Okay, very good.
Good.
First row, on your mark, get set, go. Second row, on your mark, get set, go. All right. Everybody's going.
What's happening with mine?
Yeah, Karen, you might just get rear-ended your way into a lap. Looks like you've got your throttle set super low. Is that possible? No, it looks like you're back on track. Oh, well, who knows? All right, looks like Shubin's still in, Karen's still in. Oh, yikes, that was scary. But I think you're still in, Karen. Maybe that slow start helped you avoid the collisions.
Hey, Maxine, is Arthur an apprentice from Alan Prost? Also
I don't know.
guy?
I don't know him. No, I don't know.
Oh my goodness,
Are you?
Shubin, huge wipeout. And gets back on the track. Oh, head-on collision. And Karen survives it, misses the cone. If she can get back on track, oh my goodness, that is an amazing race. Karen, I don't know how you did that. That was a brutal head-on collision, and you just bounced right out of it. Okay, looks like Karen is going to be the one to move on, unless Shubin got some points, which he may have actually. No worries, Karen. You're out now, but you definitely got points there. You're navigating the chairs. All right. So let's see. Karen got a 35.9. And who else? Let's see. Did
yeah, that's all.
Okay. Did Jack
DNF.
was Jack a DNF? Okay, I'll just wait for you to enter those.
And thank you. Yep.
Okay. So Karen moves on, and Shubin moves on. Okay, we're down to our last few. I'm gonna, if everyone can log off, I'm gonna bring in Dylan, Mohammed, and Nicholas. George and Yakai, I'll bring you on for the last race. So Dylan, Mohammed, and Nicholas. Everybody else, please log off. Karen, could you Control C your way out? Very good. We have Nicholas, we have Dylan, and we're just waiting for Mohammed to log back in. There we go.
Yep.
First row, on your mark, get set, go. Second row, on your mark, get set, go. Uh-oh, Dylan didn't go. Mohammed, you got a car right in front of you. Oh no.
Sorry, I was having some problems getting it off.
Oh, okay, Dylan's back on. So Mohammed, you gave him a little jump start there. Okay, we have 3 cars, seem to be navigating pretty well. Nicholas just, oh no, wipes out on the cone and is in the track as an obstacle. Now off the track. Dylan and Mohammed are, looks like Mohammed's catching up on Dylan, possibly. Yes, and passes him. Dylan, for some reason, stops. So Mohammed is going very well. Let's see if he misses the cone. I think he misses the cone.
Yeah, misses.
That's really good. Oh, and Dylan is coming back. So, Dylan, so what's going on with your throttle? It seems like you're doing some aggressive throttle moves. Go fast on the straightaways?
Yeah, that was my original intent, to like go fast on the straightaways and then brake hard for the turns. That was like the best way for me to get some speed, but have somewhat maintained the track.
Yeah. Well, it looks like your braking is very aggressive and you really do slow down, but your gains on the straightaways are impressive. Oh, and I think you are, unless you can get on the right side of the cone. Oh, I think, oh, no, you're definitely out now. But still, that was, I like the technique. That's racing smarts. Mohammed, it looks like you are going to be the winner here. So I'm waiting for the times to come in. 35.45 may get you in the top 8. We'll see. Top 8, remember, goes on to the. Okay, so that goes on to the ladder. All right, and our last race is going to be George versus Yakai. So previous racers, please log off. So Mohammed, I think you can log off. Everybody else Control Z your way out of this. Dylan, Control Z.
Sorry, 1 second.
Rick, okay, we're waiting for Yakai to get logged back in. There you go. All right. You're behind each other, doesn't matter. We'll just start you at the same time. So both cars on your mark, get set, go. Okay, so Yakai has a slight advantage of being in the lead in that there's no cars in front of him. Obviously, no advantage in terms of time. Oh no, and wipes out on the cone. So George got the course to himself. Yakai, oh no, Yakai manages to recover just enough to wipe out George. I am sorry, guys, that is just bad luck. But unless one of you can disengage in the next 10 seconds, I'm afraid that's just the gods of racing have. Oh no, what's going on there? Was that Yakai, did you log
I think
off?
my terminal just crashed somehow.
Okay, but
Yeah.
does that give George an opportunity to get back in the race?
Good luck for him then.
Yeah. Well, George, you owe Yakai a thank you for crashing the terminal. This allows you to continue on your own.
Yakai, I'm really sorry. These things happen. Let me buy you a boba sometime.
Well, the cone took you, evened everything out. So Maxime, did anybody finish?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. All right. That is the end of the first heats. I'm going to need a minute here to assemble a ladder. So Jack and Maxime, can you guys entertain our guests while I build a ladder? Again, the top 8.
In fact, why don't you everybody stand up for a minute, stretch your legs, especially the people that show up at 8. We are into 2 hours here, and then let's get back in 5 minutes, Chris. Give enough time.
Okay, yeah, that'll be fine.
All right, everybody. So just come here at 10:15. We're good. All right, Pacific time. Just add 5 minutes to that, and you'll be all right.
So I think head-to-head isn't working. I don't know how. You noticed that the cars were spawning. I mean, right before. I mean, in columns and not rows. I don't know.
Do you want me to restart the server just in case?
No, I don't think it's related to the server. Maybe I changed something in the code and didn't work. I don't know. So we may. So if we are doing head-to-head, we'll have so the same pattern. So one.
Well, no problem, right? Because it's just really go by the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's the time, so yeah, should be fine. All right.
You have scrapped something together if you want me to go in like the last demolition round or something. I put it in the chat, but I don't know if you saw it.
Oh no, what's that? Sorry, there's a lot of chat. Oh, sorry, is this somebody who had not previously raced?
No, my mall wasn't working, so I just panic retrained.
Okay, no worries. Well, yeah, we'll stick. I mean, we've got 35 racers. I don't know whether.
Yeah,
Maxime, can we put 35 racers on the
I
track?
can just wait till next month.
So sorry, fine for the.
Can we do
too much?
So
maybe.
Yeah,
I think we can do 8. 8. Easily.
Okay. All right. So we will basically have just the first 8 who log in will be the demolition round.
All right.
All right. So I'll give you a heads up then. Okay, I think I've got the ladder set up. Oh, thank you, Maxime, for putting that in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we should be good to go.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right, Jack. When did you say they were coming back at 10:15?
By another 2 minutes.
No, 2 minutes. Okay, good.
Jack, I think there is a row missing in the 10. I mean, in the
1,
the
2,
sheet.
3. Yeah, I it was actually I'll put that in. Yeah, I took it out because it was typed wrong, but it must be there we are. It's
sure.
Haru. I'll put that in. There we go. All right.
One minute to go. Everybody start to get back if you can hear us.
Jack, could you just put the simulator on the Twitch just for 1 minute? Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wonder whether our spreadsheet has messed up a little bit here. It looks like we have like 27 listed in the best lap rank, but we have like 30 some in the overall. I wonder whether I've messed something up. So we have 35 racers, but only 20. Oh, darn it. Okay. Now I'm worried that I've omitted somebody.
It says 11 do not finish, right?
The do not finishes showed up as zeros, I think, in the best lap rank. Or maybe that's the error. Maybe they didn't show up. Maybe the zeros, I'm just not copying it over right. Okay, so it's best one lap. Huh. Let me try doing this again. Actually, I'm just going to rank. Just going to sort by this one. Okay. Turns out it didn't make a difference. It was, I don't know why it did that, but it seemed fine. Okay. Jack, are we live again?
We are. I haven't stopped streaming, so we're good.
Oh, very good. Okay. Thanks everybody for your patience while we sorted out the ladder. With the ladder is now displaying. Actually, will display. Jack, if you could just switch to the ladder on Twitch. So is the way the ladders work, I think everybody knows, is that we're going to go head to head, the two cars on the track. We basically, these are the fastest 8 times of all the 34-ish, who raced so far. These are the fastest 8. We're basically, so take the first one, Jesse and Ryan. Jesse was the fastest, and be running against Ryan, who was the 8th fastest. So that's sort of the top of the group against the bottom of the group. And at the end, only one will remain. So Jesse and Ryan, you're going to be up first. Obviously, as you could, because of the way this works, Jesse's favored, but anything can happen. So let's log everybody off. And
Drew, could you please log off?
So JetSim, they're very good. Okay, this is Ryan versus Jesse. Again, don't worry about the positioning. Racers, are you ready? Ryan, Jesse, you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
On your mark, get set, go. Okay, so these are both good racers who are expected to not only finish but finish fast. So again, Jesse is slightly favored with a better time in the first heat, but anything can happen. Maybe Ryan changed some code. Ryan, did you crank up your throttle for the ladder? Jesse wiped out. So Ryan now has the ability to just Ryan, if you finish, you are moving on. Boom, I think that's it. Maxime, that was Ryan's first lap, and Jesse had no lap. Is that right? So I think Maxime is Maxime, can I get your confirmation that Jesse did not finish? A real upset. Jesse had the best time so far, but Ryan did. Is that correct? Maxime, you may be muted.
Oh, sorry, I was talking. So yeah, that's right.
Okay, so real upset. Ryan moves on. The next race will be Rainer versus Ari. So Ryan, please, Jesse, please log off. Okay. Racers, on your mark, get set, go. Again, Rainer, Parking Lot Nerds, is favored as the faster car, but as we saw last time, just one hit against a cone and everything changes. Rainer, did you make any changes?
No changes.
Okay, Ari, any changes on your side?
No changes.
Okay, that's probably wise. You know, you don't want to break things, but you know, if you both finish, Rainer as the faster car would move on. Let's see whether that continues. Both of you driving well. Okay, both have points on the board. Rainer's best time is coming in, or his time is coming in now at 24.4. Really excellent time. So definitely puts him in pole position. Ari at 25.48, also excellent time.
Oh, and we have a really good time coming up, 23.8.
Whoa, 23.8, close to, is that a track record? Close to it.
Close to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse did 23.28 on his first lap. I mean, on the hit.
Yeah. So that's so Jesse did so fast, just had the bad luck to hit a cone this time. Okay, so Rainer moves on. The next race will be Kevin versus Haru. For those keeping track, Haru is the teaching assistant who is assembling a crate of boba as we speak. So Haru, if I'm not mistaken, you owe anybody who beats you time-wise gets boba, not just in the ladder. Is that right?
I think the rule is they had to beat me in the ladder.
They have to beat you in the ladder. Okay, all right.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna investigate that one. Okay, so we've got Kevin versus Haru. Haru is in with his cool body shape shell there. Changes colors and everything. So impressive. Okay, on your mark, get set, go. Haru's got his LiDAR floating above his car. That's what happens when you go for the cool. Oh no, what was that? Craziness.
Well, that's just a racing line approach.
Racing line approach. Look at that. Also trying to cut off Kevin. Brutal. Oh, this is a real race. So look at that, sliding through the curve. So a racing line is that he moves to the outside of the track going into the curve and then takes the optimal racing line through it. Interestingly, Kevin's not doing that, but keeping up pretty well. Kevin, what's your technique?
I just tried to drive slowly but consistently and then crank up the throttle multiplier for the AI version.
That makes sense. Seems to be working for you. You are hitting the cone, so ultimately that'll take a second off for each one. That may make the difference given how close you are. I haven't seen whether Haru hit any cones, but it looks like he's navigating really well. Maybe that the LiDAR is doing the trick. Actually, I think Haru, did you say the LiDAR wasn't actually enabled?
I think it was enabled all the time, just maybe a graphic glitch on the simulator.
Okay. All right. So it's working. So these are good times. This is good racing. really impressive.
Yeah, so that was the last lap.
Okay. Haru does a 24.58. So Haru, if you end up going against Rainer head to head, that's going to be quite the race. Kevin's best time was 25.16, also a great time, but Haru was just a little faster. So Haru, that is one less boba you need to stockpile. Our last of the first ladder runs is going to be Jan versus Antoine. Okay, we have Jan and we have Antoine. Racers, on your mark, get set, go. Jan is slightly favored here, but they're very close. They had almost the same time. A lot of this may have to do with whether they hit the cone here or not. So it looks like Antoine may have hit the cone. So although they are neck and neck, Antoine's a second behind in actual time. Wow, that's quite a race. Look how well matched these two cars are. Oof.
Nice.
Yeah, Antoine slides on the inside of that turn. Very aggressive. I like it. And Antoine, I think, misses the cone, as does Jan. Excellent work. Well, this is quite the race. I knew they were similar times, but I didn't realize they'd be so well matched. Let's see whether Jan can creep up behind and pass on.
We
the
are
inside
actually
again.
antagonists. He's faster on turn and I'm faster on straights. So we're quite close.
So, again, I think they're missing the cones. The random cones. Yeah. So I'm guessing that Antoine is going to win. Oh no! Hits the cone. It hits the car, the chair.
Yep.
What happened?
So I don't, well, just, yeah. So now we need a ruling. Let's say that Antoine had the fastest one lap, but did not finish all three. Who advances? I think we have to advance Jan, right? We have to advance the 3-lap time.
Yeah, so we agreed that from the last tournaments, we're also going to give no preference for the reliability.
So it's the 3-lap time that wins.
Yep.
All right. So it looks like that is Jan's 3rd lap, right? I believe so. Yeah. So Jan's best time was 29.19. Which is good, and sadly, Antoine, who was doing really well.
Finish now. Does it count?
It does. We need your your total 3-lap time. Is Antoine still going?
Well, I reset the timer,
reset.
so
Okay.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. No worries.
A bit too late.
Okay, so Jan moves on.
Yeah.
All right. We're now going back to the quarterfinals. This is going to be Ryan versus Rainer. Just 4 racers left to go. So at worst, Haru, that's 3 bobas.
That's good to know.
Ryan's up. Rainer, I think Rainer cannot get up until I say go. Is that right, Jack? Oh, no. I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, yes, no, I just let it go. So we're going to go any moment now.
On your mark, get set,
Wow.
go. And Ryan, you have the advantage of Rainer having cleared the way a little bit for you, but that means you have to pass him. Whew, just misses the cone. Ugh. Sitting on the edge of my chair here. Oh no, what's happening? Oh no, and Rainer wipes out. Ryan, if you can finish this.
Oh, wait, it's not done yet.
Oh, nice. Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
Stop spoiling us, Jack. A few seconds ahead. And we have some lap times for Ryan, but not Rainer.
Okay, so Rainer did not finish a lap. Ryan just lost a second there, and phew, just misses Rainer's car, which is booby trapping that corner. So Jack has a ruling. Let's say that one car, wipes out, and another car, before they get any points, another car wipes out after 2 laps. Would the 2-lapper continue to move on even though they didn't finish 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Just to be fair.
All right. So if I'm not mistaken, Ryan moves on.
Yep.
Rainer does not. We now have Haru versus Jan. And for those watching, we're almost done. We have just 3 more races, well, 2 more races now, and then we're going to have a demolition derby where we put 8 cars on the track at the same time. Doesn't really matter who, and just to see fun crashes. It's, if we could put 16 on, we would, but it will be plenty. All right, we have Haru versus Jan. Racers, on your mark, get set, go. Neck and neck. Haru does that clever thing where he moves to the outside track so he can get his racing line, but that puts him in direct conflict with Jan. Pushes Jan into the cone, loses a second. Very smart, but Jan continues to block his way. Oh my goodness. This is so close.
This shows how the ladder is working out, Chris. You
Yeah.
have to the faster guys.
It's crazy close.
Wow.
They're just, oh no, are they going to wipe it? Oh, and they fighting to get back on the track. Oh, we have to restart this.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, guys, we're going to restart this race. That was just
well,
too
I
good.
wouldn't. Well, okay, never mind.
we need somebody to move on.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Haru's putting on his cool skin. Jan's coming
No,
back.
the reason I said I wouldn't because Haru was coming back.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
On your mark, get set, go. Now let's try to do something different this time. There's a little randomness about where they actually press their buttons. So for example, Haru got a little earlier start. This may actually clear the way for him. Not good news for those who are thirsting for boba. Jan's going to have to really speed up to catch Haru.
Oh, and with some nice times.
Haru's avoiding the random cone really well. This is some good driving. That's really impressive.
Yeah, reliable.
And they're very well matched time-wise. See, both of you guys should feel really good about your code.
Plus, we're comparing someone that has maybe 2 weeks doing this versus someone that has maybe almost 2 years doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, really
Not
impressive.
bad.
Okay, times are coming in right now. There's 25 seconds, 24 seconds. Sorry,
we're done.
Yeah, and we're done. Okay. So it looks like Haru moves on, beating Jan by, let's see, Haru's best time was 24.48, and Jan's best time was 25.22. So really just separated by less than a second.
I think, Jack, you have to refresh the page. I mean, I don't know, somehow it's not updating what we just put.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how it gets stuck.
Yeah, just reload the spreadsheet. Okay, the final race, and this is for and this is for all the bragging rights, and possibly a boba is going to be Ryan versus Haru. What's interesting is that these are 2 veterans. Both of them have raced many times, so this should be a good race. Boy, I could not I couldn't guess it. Who's going to win? Okay. So Ryan and Haru, you are up. Haru takes the inside lane again. Ryan is on the outside lane. Okay, this is the final race for all the bragging rights. Ryan versus Haru. On your mark, get set, go. Haru takes a quick lead. That helps him because he's going to zip out to the outside. And if there's a car in the way, that's a guaranteed collision, but just managed to jump the start and avoid that.
Yeah, and he just won 1 second also because Ryan hit that cone.
Because Ryan hit the cone.
Yep.
That's tricky. So Ryan, you're going to have to go really fast here to make up for that hit cone and pass Haru.
I also hope the RGB is going to confuse the rival cars.
Missing the cone very reliably. Ryan, can you miss the cone? Nope. That's another second off. Boy, you're going to, Ryan, you got to hope that Haru just wipes out. An asteroid, Godzilla, something like that. Too tough. The racing line really helps a lot. The LiDAR helps a lot in avoiding the cone. And then just aggressive driving. Still, both are running really well.
They are.
Haru, did you
Almost
map the
the end.
racing line yourself, like manually for the track?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I've just been watching a lot of F1 recently, so.
Oh, that was close. You drifted, Haru. You drifted and almost hit the cone.
And it's the end of the race.
And that's the end of the race. All right. So the winner is Haru.
Yay.
And
you see, SD.
Absolutely. And the loser is everybody because we don't get Boba. But really impressive race this time. I think one of our best. The best time was actually the track record, I think, was actually Rainer at 23.8. Is that right?
In the latter, yes, but if we look back to the first heat, there is Jesse.
It's Jesse.
23.28.
23.28. 23.28. So Rainer did 23.8. So Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse, you get a special prize for fastest lap. Rainer, you get a special prize for fastest lap in the ladder, and Haru, you get the ultimate gold trophy of the winner of this month's race. So the last thing we're going to do is going to be a demolition derby. So basically, at this point, anybody who wants. Now, in the real world, demolition derby actually means broken car parts all over the place. Here, it's all simulation, so there's no risk. Basically, the first 8 people who join the server will be part of the demolition derby. Doesn't matter who they are. So folks, try to log in, and if you can get in, you are going to race.
Can do a bit more than 8, but
well, so
we'll see if the server keeps
we have 8, we have 10. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Let's just do it.
Let's see what happens. Okay. Should we just that seems plenty. Should we call it there?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Everybody, on your mark, get set, go.
I have no idea what's going to happen here. The 10 FPS, right?
Oh, it's a slow motion.
Really slow.
Well, that just means we get to see the collisions in slow motion, which is good fun. Of course, we can't see anything because their names are obscuring the track.
Maybe I'll remove them.
But then, like Maxine will be able to find out if anybody complete a clean lap. We'll be able to see it.
Yeah. I'm currently staring at the lap times, and I can't find any.
Maybe Haru will be able to recover since he's doing like this GPS-based navigation. We'll see.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay, I can't really see much of what's going on.
There
are definitely cars still going.
We have James. Kevin. Nick, I think. I mean, Nicholas.
I think if all those guys have better time than Haru on this Demolition Derby, Haru should pay them also.
Absolutely.
Oh, what?
And we have Haru also.
Oh, Haru now is back. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a huge collision. Still flipping. That was a head-to-head.
I mean,
Nick
it's
got
a mess.
wiped out.
I can't see anything. It's
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go on the time because.
Okay, I think we're gonna call this one.
That was me, by the way. I don't know who Nick is, but the guy who just crashed and flew in the air like crazy was.
Yeah. Nice. Looks like Antoine's still going on. Should we call Antoine the winner of the Demolition Derby?
Anybody else giving you times? I don't see it. So anybody else give me time, Maxine, or not? Everybody stop.
Last time was Antoine.
Okay, we'll call Antoine the winner. So that is yet another winning category. Congratulations, Antoine.
Yes.
All right. So bravo, everybody. Thank you. This is one of our best ever. And we are going to meet again. I'll be posting the next virtual race on the meetup. That'll be in about a month's time. Do go to the meetup now if you happen to be in the Bay Area. We do have a in-person race, resumption of in-person racing on May 22nd, a Saturday. That's as Jack says, that's Brazilian barbecue, it's drinks, it's great fun. We have a limit of 150 people for COVID reasons. So it will be first come, first come.
Please, quick question. How much someone pay to participate?
$0.00.
How about to eat the barbecue?
It's $0.00. It's all free.
Oh.
If you want to make a contribution, it's very welcome. But our friends at Circuit Launch are just terrific about this, and they donate the food, the drink, and we love it that way. So long may it last. The Circuit Launch has been renovated since it was closed, and so really it's an opportunity to see a really cool hackerspace. It's designed for robotics. And so I think that Circuit Launch is hoping that some of the people who spectate will be so impressed that they decide to become members and use that as their workplace, like so many others too. At any rate, it's a great opportunity to see real cars, meet racers, try your code, learn, hack, have fun. So Maxine, thank you so much. This worked really well. Jack, thank you so much. You are an excellent server host. Thank you, all attendees, and we will see you next month.
Thanks, everybody. Take care, everybody. Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Thanks. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Jack,
thank you. Bye.
If we can just do the conclusion. I mean,
just a moment. Let me stop recording and do the old shaboos, and then we can stay.
All the stuff. Yeah.